There you go. Good. Good. Just like that. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Very good. Good. Come on, man. There you go.
Khamzat Chimaev's final day of training before facing Dricus du Plessis was all about pushing himself to the absolute limit. Every drill was executed with fight night in mind, ensuring no aspect of his game was left unpolished. This intense session marked the perfect finish to his preparation.
Charlie, harder, get over here. Hey.
He began on the bicycle machine, but this wasn't a typical cardio workout. His hands were strapped to a resistance band, limiting movement and forcing his upper body to work just as hard as his legs. This built not only endurance but also the ability to stay strong and controlled when movement is restricted, much like in a clinch or tight grappling exchange. He then moved to the bench press with a heavy ball, focusing not on one explosive push but on sustained effort. Repeatedly, pressing the ball kept his chest, arms, and shoulders engaged non-stop, simulating the constant pushing and resisting found in close combat inside the cage. Next came explosive ball throws, lifting a heavy ball overhead, launching it forward, quickly bending down to retrieve it, and repeating the motion non-stop. This intense mix of power and cardio built the explosive strength and endurance needed for rapid bursts during takedowns or striking exchanges. From there, he moved to heavy bag work on the floor, pounding it from above to simulate ground and pound scenarios. This drill was ideal for developing both power and control when striking from a dominant position. Finally, he ended his last training day with short, intense grappling exchanges that tested his timing, leverage, and strength, ensuring his technique was sharp and his body prepared for the relentless grind that could determine the fight's outcome.
To the cage when it comes to fight. The culture of fight.
After finishing that final intense day of training, the focus shifted to Aaron Pico, who had the opportunity to train alongside Khamzat during camp. He wasn't just observing from the sidelines, he was right in the thick of it, experiencing the pace, pressure, and intensity firsthand.
We have another.
亚洲整个老比赛，这样说我没有在白天，后来
Pico said that training with people who share the same mission changes everything. When you're surrounded by athletes chasing the title of best in the world, the bar naturally rises. Nobody wants to be the one holding things back. That environment creates a constant drive, where every session becomes about matching or outworking the person beside you. Meeting Khamzat for the first time was a standout moment for Pico, and it didn't take long for him to see how relentless Khamzat's work ethic was. Training in the garage with Coach Cal wasn't just about routine drills. It became a series of quiet battles, where neither man would give an inch. If one pushed harder, the other matched it. If one set the pace, the other stepped up. Laziness had no place. Every minute was a test of willpower.
Of Arman Saryukian, how would you say they most impacted or benefited the Aaron Pico we're going to see on fight night?
It's just awesome to be around guys that are have the same mindset as you. You know, they're trying to be the best in the world, and they're training ridiculously hard. So to be around guys that are after the same goal as you.
When Arman Saryukian talks about being in Khamzat Chimaev's camp, it's clear he views it as more than just helping a teammate. He's absorbing the small details you can only catch by being in the room every day watching Khamzat spar, seeing the precision in both his striking and wrestling, and picking up techniques he can later add to his own skill set.
You know, that was the first time I ever met Khamzat and Arman. I met him prior, but Khamzat, I've never met him before, and he's a beast. I mean, he works really, really hard, and we were pushing each other. He didn't want to lose, I didn't want to lose, so I mean, we had some really good sessions in the garage with Coach Cal, and yeah, it's just an honor to be around guys that are trying to be the best in the world, and
But despite being surrounded by all that intensity, Arman doesn't go full force with Khamzat. The size difference is simply too great. Instead, their sessions are more playful, with Arman leaving the hard, live rounds to the bigger fighters. He focuses on cornering Khamzat, offering pointers, and closely studying how a fighter of his caliber prepares for a major bout.
It's very good to be on his team, you know, and to help him as much as possible and to learn something new from him, because he's such a high-level fighter, and his striking is good, wrestling is good, you know. I watch his sparrings and to get some techniques from him, you know, and
Arman clearly respects the level Khamzat is operating at right now, and it's obvious he's not just there as a friend. He's actively learning from him in real time, studying what works at the very top of the sport. That kind of insight can't be faked, and it's something he plans to carry into his own fights. Building on Arman's comments about soaking up Khamzat's training, Brendan Schaub shifted the conversation to the one topic fans can't stop talking about: Khamzat. Cardio. He admitted it was the first thing he asked about while watching him train, because heading into the Dricus du Plessis fight, that's the biggest question mark. But from what he's been told, cardio is no longer even close to being an issue.
Obviously, he's a bit bigger, so can you tell us how does it work when you're sparring or training directly with Khamzat? How do you compete with him?
no, I don't go live with him. It's impossible for me. I'm too small, and we're just playing. Sometimes we're playing together, but never go live. And he has big guys who he does sparring with, and I'm just cornering him and helping him.
How do you see him defeating Dricus next Saturday?
It's finished.
Schaub points out that many online critics believe if Khamzat can't finish Dricus in the first round, the fight will swing in Dricus' favor. However, after watching Khamzat train, Schaub is convinced he's dangerous in every round. He acknowledges that cardio used to be a concern, especially due to Khamzat's past lung issues, but says those problems are now firmly behind him.
I said to the boys when we were watching Khamzat train, I'm like, how's it, especially what I do at breakdown fights, I'm like, how's his cardio? Like, buddy, not an issue at all. Because I was like, my biggest thing for him going to the DDP fight, DDP's a big dude, durable, so how's Khamzat can be in the 4th and 5th round? They're like, trust me, not.
What really interests Schaub is the size factor. Dricus isn't just big for the division, he's reportedly walking around at about 240 pounds, making him a physically imposing, durable, and awkward opponent. Schaub believes the real test will come in rounds 4 and 5. because if Khamzat can still apply pressure and possibly finish Dricus that late, it will prove he's operating on an entirely different level.
Like shit.
We see everybody on the internet talking about if DDP doesn't get finished in the first round, it's going to be hard for Khamzat. And they said that if Khamzat can obviously win, he's going to win in the first round. Me personally, I think Khamzat could kill him in any round. I think Khamzat's the most explosive fighter in the UFC.
No doubt. But listen, all bias aside, like I was a fan of Khamzat, and I've been on his train for a little bit. But the knock on him was the cardio, right? Which, he had long.
Tim Welch emphasizes that Khamzat's training is on another level, with explosive bursts right from the start, going from 0 to 100 instantly. That intensity comes from elite conditioning and razor-sharp wrestling skills. Welch notes that Khamzat never shoots for takedowns casually. He drives in fast, strong, and with clear purpose, even when launching from what seems like an impossibly long distance.
This lung stuff, which is completely fixed now. And see him in here, it's like, God, he's such a monster. But that being said, against DDP, like DDP is like Khamzat's big, right? Khamzat's big. DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
Nowhere.
You seen the picture of him in Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP is walks around about 240. I'm 240 right now.
At what weight class is he fighting?
Light heavy. DDP's huge. So he's durable and unorthodox. So the odds makers are going to say, first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP's going to be tough to finish. So
his training highlights just how relentless he is in fights. Welch describes Khamzat's ability to stay fully locked in, transitioning seamlessly from one controlled position to the next, without giving his opponent a moment to breathe. Even if the opponent manages to scramble free, Khamzat is immediately back on them without hesitation, a style that demands exceptional endurance, sharp timing, and unwavering focus.
It's a freak show. Khamzat Chimaev, probably one of the scariest dudes the UFC has ever seen. Look how far he's shooting. Look how fast he did that. Round 1 against Robert Whitaker. Freak show. This guy's...
Welch also points out how physically demanding Khamzat's style is on his own body, as he's constantly working to secure grips and control his opponent's hips. This is no accident, it's the result of countless drilled repetitions in training. It's not just raw strength at play, but a combination of technical, wrestling, intelligence, and athleticism that makes him extremely difficult to escape once he's locked onto you.
Look at the reshot. As soon as he scrambles out, doesn't even give him a second. Not like I'm worried about my cardio. It's 5 rounds. I'll maybe let him up, set up another shot. Bobby Knuckles scrambles out. Look at this reshot. Boom. Reshot right away. To the double, pulls it out, crawls up to the hips. Tight wrist ride. This guy's a monster.
Even in long fights, Khamzat's conditioning allows him to keep pressing forward without slowing down. Welch notes how physically draining it is to maintain back control the way Khamzat does, yet he's built for that grind. It's a clear reflection of his intense training regimen and mental toughness.
Shooting. This is about 2-3 feet away. This is not a good setup. But when you're relentless and you're strong and you're an explosive athlete like Khamzat Chimaev, he just got to touch you. Shoots low on the ankles. And as soon as he touches the legs, he doesn't hang out in the legs more than not even a whole second. Touches the legs, crawls up to the hips right away. Got a body lock. Strong body lock. Hops onto the back like he always does. He's going to do it to Dricus too. Can Dricus...
Finally, Welch notes that facing Khamzat means trying to match a pace that's almost impossible to keep. His training fuels explosive energy and relentless stamina, quickly wearing opponents down. That unyielding style is exactly what makes him such a dangerous presence in the cage.
Usman's doing such a good job. And look at Khamzat's just emptying the tank when he's trying to get these squeezes. Soften him up a bit, trying to get under the chin.
Khamzat explains that the key has been trusting the process. This fight has been years in the making, but he never let impatience or doubt creep in. Instead, he stayed locked in, confident that the timing would be right when the moment finally came. Now, with the work behind him, he feels sharper than ever, physically prepared, mentally focused, and exactly where he needs to be.
Usman moves southpaw. Khamzat orthodox. Dricus will be doing a lot. Dricus blitzes from these random stances. He'll blitz forward, just run at you with combos. So he's slowing down a little bit. I mean, that just shows you Khamzat did get tired that first round a bit. Has to pace himself. Couldn't take him out. Knowing that if he takes him down, he's going to be hard to finish. From short notice, taking a fight like that and surviving versus Khamzat, and he made it a very close fight. I really wish we could have seen 2 more rounds with that. Who knows what happened? But again, Dricus is not afraid to empty the tank in the first round and fight with heart. A lot of Dricus' fights, it looks like he's absolutely zapped after the first, second round, but he's just used to being there. He's familiar with being completely gassed out and just showing his heart.
When asked whether the fight will end quickly or go the full distance, Khamzat makes it clear he's ready for any outcome. His training has prepared him to give everything from the opening bell to the final round. Confident in both his conditioning and skill set, he approaches the fight knowing he can adapt to any scenario, a mindset that reflects the all-around focus of his preparation.
Different just because of, like, we've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting a long time for this. Have you? Like, does it feel like I'm finally here? Does it feel?
Yeah, but that's pretty long time. But still, like, believe in God, so He has His plans. But I had my plans. Like, my man, like, was supposed to fight like 2 years ago for the belt. Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy to.
That wraps up Khamzat's fight camp, a mix of explosive training, strategic preparation, and a razor-sharp mindset. He's dialed in on health, timing, and peak performance so that when the cage door closes, he's ready for whatever comes his way. Now it's your turn. Is Khamzat on track to take the title, or will his opponent expose some cracks? Drop your predictions in the comments, and stay tuned for more fight breakdowns.